On a gorgeous June day in 2044, Siobhan High School junior Tamara Weaver, wearing a trendy t-shirt whose literary purpose was solely to annoy adults, entered the building in New York City, the capital of the Union of Rural American States, URAS. She only remained in school for one period and then escaped. Her grandparents had always called these escapes playing hooky. On the term's final day after a bus trip downtown, Tamar joined a group of time travelers from AT&T, Advanced Time and Tours, whose next stop was the Mercy Crystal Palace in the year 1863. As Tamar and the other travelers arrived in the massive glass auditorium located in an area surrounded by run-down shops and unpaved streets, she saw the king, Abraham Lincoln, attentively listening to a former slave's Sojourner Truth tell her story. The bespectacled monarch was seated in a box overlooking the stage. Suddenly, his eyeglasses reflected a slight movement of the curtain behind him and instinctively moved his chair aside. Seated in the ballroom below, a few rows in front of the other time travelers, Tamar did not see the man that had moved the curtain. Suddenly, 2 gunshots reverberated through the room. The audience panicked and the room started to empty. Tamar, a budding journalist, noted in a small journal that she always carried with her some key words describing what had happened. She later appended those notes to read that everything written in this journal is the truth. If, in the future, I experience other adventures, I hope that I can fix the fabric of time. Hopefully, I will be able to correct both my history and yours. Eventually, Tamar's journal would be placed into a hermetically sealed container, hidden in a location where it would be discovered by future archaeologists. I'm older now and hopefully wiser, she wrote. It's 2063 and the URAS has been peaceful since World War III ended in 2031. Queen Alyssa rules, but unless certain reweaves are made in the threads of time, the peace won't continue. The Queen told me that her nightmares continue and that world peace may be violated by an enemy, undocumented aliens as she called them. The Queen said those revelations were revealed to her in a book, which the aliens had shown her. I'm not a fool or a fraud, and I don't care if anyone believes me or not, but I really think that my impact on the events that I've described have led you to read about it today, Tamar said. That's why the manuscript was sealed to withstand the ravages of time, as well as the cockroaches that wanted to feast on it. Way back when, during the 1939 World's Fair in New York City, the ancient internal combustion engine vehicle manufacturer General Motors explained in its motion picture, "To new horizons," that we are all interested in the future, as that is where we are going to spend the rest of our lives. I know that I'm taking a risk by sharing my experiences with you, and that you might think, at the very least, that it's an exaggeration, or that I'm crazy, or not the most rational person that you've ever encountered. But I'm inviting you to accompany me on my journey.